Detroit. The Pistons surviving a 7-game series with the Magic to take on the Cavaliers. So it's Cade, Donovan Mitchell on the other. Really good game. Early fourth quarter. Pistons are up 9. And here comes Duncan Robinson. Look at him in James Harden's face.
Oh, it's getting a little spicy, Greeny.
Duncan Robinson would score 19. But now, 6 minutes to go. Cavs are coming back. They're down just 5. James Harden, little floater. He had a personal 9-0 run. That ties the game. 5.5 minutes left. Cavs down 3. Harden, no. But wait a minute, Monica. We got a foul. He's going to make 3 foul shots.
Landing area. Got to be smarter than that, Thompson.
We got 3 foul shots, so we got ourselves a tie ball game. Next Cavs possession. Same score, so the Cavs with a chance to take the lead.
So, Greeny, this sequence is where I think is the quintessential difference of this series. This is the defensive effort of the Detroit Pistons that can't be denied all year. And then you go down on the other end. Cade Cunningham puts you in a mixer. What's happening, Cleveland? Like, what is happening? Jalen Duren having a double-double was huge in this one.
I can tell you what's happening, Vinny, is that Jalen Duren got 3 consecutive dunks on 3 consecutive possessions.
Yeah, and for a guy who did not look to be as engaged early, he seemed to find it late. Making timely plays is what the playoffs are about, not necessarily the final numbers.
Those 3 dunks to do it. Harden had a rough night numbers-wise, although he picked it up in the fourth quarter. Duren, 11 points, 12 rebounds. Pistons take game 1. Part of Cleveland's issue, and we didn't really see it there in the highlight because it's not easy to demonstrate in that context, but they had a real trouble holding on to the ball. 20 turnovers for the Cavs. James Harden had 7 of those while making just 6 shots. It's the 29th time he's had more turnovers than made shots in his playoff career. Overall, Harden has 43 turnovers in 8 games this postseason. Here he is after the game.
You look at my turnovers, and a lot of them were just on me and nothing they did. So, and, which led to I don't even know how many transition points they had, but it was way too many. And, if I had to put my print on one thing on the game, that's the game right there. How many points they had in transition? How far turnovers?
20, 31.
That's the game. It's nothing else.
So, if he takes accountability for it, I can't think
31
how many
points.
Times, yeah.
For a team that has trouble scoring, like Detroit, to get the 20 from Tobias Harris and 19 from Duncan Robinson, that's just found money. And so much of it comes off of the turnovers that Harden, he characterized it perfectly. And, it's so funny, I feel for James Harden watching him for so long, watching his whole career in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And we mentioned the number of games with more turnovers than baskets. That's impossible. And we're talking about a guy who's led the league in assists. You've got to have that James Harden if you're Cleveland, and he knows it.
Yeah.
And so the question is, can he still produce that? Not once, but 3 or 4 times in a playoff series.
Well, Wilbon, that is a little bit of a tall task. And here's why. When I look at this matchup, the Detroit Pistons are equipped to make life difficult, not just for Harden, but for Donovan Mitchell as well. There's a play in the third quarter. We're going to check it out right now. People forget, Cade Cunningham is basically an NFL quarterback that decided to play basketball.
Right.
Like, he's a big body. He can move. James Harden is not necessarily going to kill you with the quickness anymore. You got your leader, your star, diving on the floor, picking up a steal off of the other point guard who has been a multi-time All-Star in this league. Like, that, to me, is the quintessential shift in energy and style that's a contrast in this series.
James Harden has been in the league as long as Stephen Curry. We talk about Stephen Curry being one of the graybeards. The beard is a graybeard, and expecting him to play at a level that is higher than his usual playoff level, I don't think it's something that you should necessarily expect. Like Monica said, what she said about the Thunder, Detroit is more athletic, younger, more aggressive. Sometimes you can be too young. Sometimes your best player can be too old.
That's
Is Harden your best, though?
Yeah,
Are we putting Harden the best?
Because Donovan Mitchell, obviously, is someone else.
He was supposed to make the difference. When they made that trade, they felt better about themselves. We saw an immediate bump, right? And I hear where you're going, and I'm with you about Donovan Mitchell. But that's a tag team effort.
Yeah.
And it's got to be both of them, particularly against all those things that we talked about with Detroit.
Go ahead.
And here's the other thing. Detroit's superpower, if they have one, their A game is making sure that you don't get to yours.
Yep.
Their superpower is you can't get to play your best game against us. And if that means you're going to turn the ball over, you're going to foul us too much, that's what they do best, and that can win you playoff series where there is a talent disparity.
Harden is 36. Houston, Brooklyn, Philadelphia, Cleveland. Now we're seeing it here. Windman, how much of this should be about James Harden this morning?
It's not just a James Harden discussion. It's Donovan Mitchell. And it's not just the Pistons. It was the Raptors. If you look at the last 6 games, they got off to a great start going up 2-0 on the Raptors. The last 6 games, Donovan and Harden have not gotten it done. Bottom line. The shooting percentages are not there. The turnovers are a massive problem. It's 51 turnovers for those two in the last 6 games. They are 4-6 in those, or 2-4 in those games. They've lost 4 of the 6. They have gone all 0-4 on the road. They actually did a really good job on Cade Cunningham last night. Cade was 6 of 19. They did a great job on Cade Cunningham during the season. But their star players have not delivered. You can look at other little things, but ultimately at the end of the day, you need Harden and Mitchell to deliver. This is a pathway for the Cavs. The Pistons are somewhat vulnerable. They're going to be better in the next couple of years than they are now. They got to get more from Harden and Mitchell. And by the way, both of those guys are in position to get contracts this offseason. If you're the Cavs, you got to decide these two work together. That's what's on the line right now.
One of these two teams is going to be in the Eastern Conference Final 2 weeks from now. The opportunity is so right there for Harden and Mitchell last night. They weren't able to take advantage. We will pause for exactly 2 minutes and 2 minutes only. When we continue, will we see the process payback in a Garden grudge match tonight? What Joel Embiid must do to beat the Knicks in Game 2. Plus, was it a swat or was it not? The day after Wemby's block party, the T-Wolves are complaining about it. And here's the thing. They're right. And you'll see exactly why as we roll on in 2 minutes.
Don't go anywhere.
2 minute
one between the Cavs and the Pistons. Cade Cunningham ready to go as always. Pistons were up by 11 here with under 4 to go in the first quarter. Cunningham having a great time. Goes from deep. It's good. Up by 16. James Harden turning it over. Keep that in mind. Ron Hall in the second on the break finishes plus the foul. So Pistons were cruising up 13 at the break. We're going to take it into the third quarter. Cavs down by 3. It's Cunningham again. Steals it from Harden. Another turnover for the Beard. Asar Thompson there finishing with the jam. Cunningham's 17-point teammates scored 17 points on 70% shooting off of his passes. That's per ESPN tracking. Donovan Mitchell wanted nothing to do with it. Cavs were still down, and Max Strus was going to make this one exciting as well. Quick catch shoot from the corner. That's money. Cavs were down only by 3 early in the fourth. Jalen Duren now with the offensive rebound off the free throw. Duncan Robinson taking full advantage for 3. Got it. Pistons up by 9. It's Robinson again. Scores the floater plus the foul. Was so hyped he decided to yell in James Harden's face. Harden pushes him off. He wasn't having a good night at all. At least here it looks good. Floats went up and in. That was part of a 9-0 Harden run to tie it. Harden again working basically on his own. Drives it, floats it. Duren swats it away though. Duren said, "Let me just remind you that it is my house. I offer you coffee, not the other way around." Cunningham drops it off to Duren for the powerful dunk. Pistons up by 4. Looking to take game 1. Cunningham wanted to make sure of that. And Duren again with another big dunk. 11 points, 12 rebounds for him. Cunningham from the mid-range, from any range really, it was good with 23 points. Pistons up by 7. Danis Jenkins now grabs a loose ball. Let's put a bow on it with the dunk, and does. 23 from Harden, 22 from Mitchell. Not enough because the Pistons take game 1, 111. Michael Wilbon back with us. So let's talk about James Harden, Michael. As I mentioned, 7 turnovers. He blames himself for the loss to Detroit. But what's reasonable to expect from Harden given his history of postseason woes?
That is a great question. 7 turnovers. He was hard on himself, and he needed to be. And so much of the conversation, wow, for a whole career has been about James Harden and inability or failures or coming up short or something going on during the playoffs, particularly deep in the playoffs. Now we're early in the playoffs. Game 1, no 7 turnovers. Look, Detroit has trouble scoring. We know that. But when they get 31 points off 20 turnovers, 7 by Harden, that is a huge contribution, just sort of a gimme for the Pistons, who got the scoring from Tobias Harris and Duncan Robinson they need. But so much of it was off turnovers. So James was right to be hard on himself. The question now is if he can keep the scoring just where it was, be a little bit more efficient, but there's no way that Cleveland can survive in a series that's been as close. That's 3 games to 2, not in the playoff series, but this season, Detroit over Cleveland. All these games decided closely. 7 turnovers is not going to cut it. So he's going to have to protect the ball much better.
Yeah, absolutely. Not to add insult to injury, but last night was Harden's 29th career playoff game with more turnovers than made field goals. Michael will be back with us next segment to preview tonight's doubleheader on ESPN. Michael, thank you.
The Morning Buzz is